High on the northern cliffs stood the village of Rainscarp, where the sea battered the rocks so fiercely that houses were built with roofs slanted like shields. The people there lived with a constant hum in their ears, the deep, endless roar of waves breaking below. Fishermen swore that on stormier nights, the sea spoke in voices, carrying words no one dared to repeat. Among the villagers was a quiet girl named Maren, daughter of a stonemason. She often wandered the cliff paths alone, sketching the horizon in the dirt with a stick, as though she could pin the sea down with lines. One evening, just after the rain had broken, she found a shard of glass washed up where no tide could reach. It was no ordinary glass. Inside swirled a pale light, soft and shifting, like a candle glimpsed through mist. She tucked it into her pocket. That night, when the storm rose again, she noticed the waves' voices grew clearer. They were no longer only rumble and crash, but syllables, sharp and mournful. And strangest of all, when she clutched the glass, she could understand them. The sea was asking for release. The next day, she told her father, but he hushed her quickly. "We do not answer the sea," he said. "We endure it." Others would not even look at her when she tried to speak of it. So Maren went back to the cliffs alone. The glass grew brighter each night, until finally it pulsed like a heart in her hand. One evening, a storm far greater than any before shook Rainscarp. Roofs rattled, and the air filled with salt spray, though the tide was still far below. The voices rose like a chorus of the drowned, and Maren, heart pounding, walked to the cliff's edge, holding the glowing shard high. She whispered, "What do you want?" The sea answered at once, "Return what was taken." Maren didn't know what it meant, but as lightning split the sky, she saw, half buried in the cliff face, a great slab of stone carved with strange marks. It had been pried loose long ago, used to build walls and foundations. The glass in her hand grew so hot she nearly dropped it. That night, though the storm raged, she carried the shard down the dangerous path to the rocks below. There she found a hollow in the cliff where the missing stone belonged. She set the glass within, and the storm broke as if cut by a blade. The sea calmed, leaving only its endless breath against the rocks. When she climbed back to the village at dawn, the people looked at her differently, not fearful, not dismissive, but with a wary respect. The walls of Rainscarp still stood, yet the sound of the sea had changed. It no longer roared with anger. Instead, it murmured like a guardian keeping watch. And Maren, for the rest of her life, was known as the girl who listened when no one else would.